And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, anything else that might be watching. I don't know if people have their dogs, but hello. We're going to be going into map number 2, 6G taking on Vaevictis. The last map was certainly an interesting one, 16 to 14 in favor of Vaevictis, the team that was down 10 to 5 as the first half finished, showing themselves to be a pretty solid team indeed as they come back into it, and showing this to be a well-matched game. Nadine, how do you feel about this map?
This is the choice of Vaevictis, right?
It is indeed.
Yeah, I don't know if that's really gonna mean too much because it's a mix coming into this anyway. So I think it's kind of just whether we see the 6G players show up individually, because they did it early on, of course, in that previous game, but I guess they started to kind of cool off, and of course as a mix they didn't have anything to fall back on. That's what kind of in the end led to them end up actually kind of losing that game in a very close one. I think coming into this one, if they can manage to keep that a little bit more consistently, they definitely have a chance starting off on the Axis side. This is where they really need to make a count though, because you can see the Allied was a real struggle for them.
Yeah, it certainly was. Vaevictis now looking to start themselves off with a good lead as they move over to their Axis side, of course, in the next half. Helmsy does so much damage there with Gewehr, and he's able to find the double on the site. Despite the bomb going down, the man advantage is taken away from Vaevictis and put firmly into the favor of the Axis. As it's extended further, it's taken back by Myland, but still left into a 3 versus 1 now, as Alpha's also dropped. It's all on Myland to find the ace here in the first round. He's already doing damage, finds one. It's a 1v2. He's taken out the carbine as well for the longer range fight, spamming away some bullets, but it's going to be difficult for him to pick up the kills as he's being watched by 2. And indeed, it's Helmsy and TGB to step it up in that round and claim the win for 6G in the first round. 1-0 is going to be the score for 6G. But like you said, Dean, Vaevictis, they shone through on their Axis side. So no longer will 6G be happy with the likes of a 10-5 lead, with a pretty bad Allied side coming out from them over on Coastal. It can only get worse here on Derailed, so they need to start out with a good lead.
Well, it's a new map. Maybe they're a little bit better at the Allied side here on Derailed. I wouldn't be too optimistic of that though. First, as we said, coming in with what is just basically a full-on mix team for this one.
Yeah, it did certainly seem to be the coordination that was lacking for them on their Allied.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was definitely the main problem. And not really having, I guess, a wide variety of approaches, because they are a mix. They kind of just have to go for the standard kind of split up and wait and see what you can find, then make a decision about where you want to go. They didn't have anything set, of course, which I guess we didn't really see too many executes or anything coming out from Vaevictis, but you could just see the way they were approaching it. It was a lot stronger. But at least early on into this game so far, it's looking pretty good for 6G. They have themselves a 5 versus 3 currently in the second round. They look to try and make it 2 for 2. As the numbers for Vaevictis continue to fall.
Yeah, again, the Allied side not going well for them as they find 1 kill. I'm surprised to not see Alpha instantly running to get that token, because that's all this round is about. It's an economy building one, and he doesn't manage to find it as the flank comes in from TGB, and that's 2 tokens then picked up for the Axis. As they bring themselves 2-0, we can already see their tokens are stacking high, as the Allies presumably just going to take out the carbines yet again. No, actually, CLM going for the Tommy indicates a full buy underway, as they take 1 smoke and 3 Tommies. Surprising actually to see. I thought they would have prioritized the smokes there over the grenades, because they've got 3 Tommy guns, right? They're going to probably take things towards B, or at least one would assume. It'd be very helpful to be able to smoke off the whole of that site once they get in. As they're pushing through the smoke, kills should come in for the Axis, as indeed they do. TGB finds 1, Morphe with another, but it's still only a 1-man advantage, as those Tommy guns close down the distance. Now they're all that remains of what was an Allied buy. But they've got the one-man advantage in play because Local is going huge with a 3K. It's all on the Microwave to clutch this out. 1 versus 3, and he doesn't spot CLM in the mid building. That costs him heavily, as it's now 2-1. The round picked up for Vaevictis. And they've also managed to take away their own loss bonus. That could be a problem if they lose this round. At least though they still have those 3 Tommies saved over, purchasing up 1 more. Now more smokes in play as well. So I'd give them even more favor coming into this. Although we've got a Kar 98K bought up on TGB, the question is, will he be able to deploy it effectively? And the answer is, well, if the allies of Vaevictis use their smokes correctly, probably not.
No, already CLMK opens it up, so Murphy fallen. Local, able to spot out a player pushing down through second mid. It was Helmsy who got aggressive in through connector. Local gets lots of damage right now. Yeah, it gives a nice opportunity for Helmsy to actually push forward, finds the kill on the Guest 7. Microwave follows it up. And suddenly it's actually a man advantage right now for 6G. Putting this in a pretty decent position indeed. The bomb, it's also dropped over in this position. I believe it was spotted there by Helmsy, who continued to aggress.
Nice kill by CLM. Taking down Helmsy now with that aggression coming in. Is going to force them back onto a 3v3. But with the bomb down, the Axis have the man advantage and the bomb advantage. And the CLM drops. It's all onto Alpha, just picking up some tokens at this point. Once he looks to pick up 1 or 2 more kills. If he can take that Kar 98K out of the hands of his opponents, that will be at least a good trade for him. He's actually making a pretty quick move towards the bomb site where he will be uncontested. And with 10 seconds left, he will not be able to get the plant down, right? The peak comes in time for Microwave? Yes, it does. Just about. As it's 3-1. The Axis winning out that round, keeping over some guns, trading in some Tommies as well. So the Gewehr shotgun combo doesn't need to upgrade to anything else, as they already have themselves a nice little bit of a combination there. Gewehr Tommy, shotgun Tommy. Makes you acceptable for most ranges. But Dimka possibly, a little bit more favored towards those close range combats. But deploying nades early round, hoping to find some kills that way before taking things towards B, where indeed he will only have to worry about those close range fights.
Yeah, solid start early on right now for the 6G side. Violent, aggressive in cinema, or rather, he's pushed all the way up already. Dimka was taking a fight with him at long range. Both players trading damage and forcing him to continue to kind of like rather to fall off and not keep fighting for at least a couple of seconds. Although Morphe, he opens it up onto Alpha, so 5-on-4 now in favor of 6G once again. At the moment, the Allied side, they're just very split up, not really working together too much to try and get too much done, which is, of course, as we can see right now, a bit of a problem. Microwave able to find the kill on the Myland. He pushed very far forward, down through second mid. And with the attack finally coming onto that B-bomb site, it does go ahead and favor the 6G side. Guess 7 left all alone. Oh, the timing not going to work out. It looked like he was being cautious in mid right there, but in the end, as he turns away to throw that nade in, he will be caught in the side. 4-1.
The Axis now able to get a buy up. Again, they're going to be backing themselves up. Kar 98K on Microwave. Not by choice, though. Of course, saving it over. He is forced to use it. Looks to be taking things towards A. It's going to be a passive A hold, actually. No kills are found to start things off. With the nades down mid and A. This could be interesting. CLM already dropped. But lower cinema control is in their favor. Only problem is, as the push comes down the stairs, it's going to cause problems for TGB, as he's not even looking. It was well played by Marlon, being able to get up behind him, but sadly not able to connect the second kill. as Morphy jumps in to save his teammates, or teammate rather. Looks to be gearing up towards an A push though. Microwave holding down there with the Car 98K. Is spotting out a player pushing down through mid and will just back off towards Graveyard. Looking for a more passive hold. He doesn't want to be able to be pushed down as Adimka goes for an early kill with the STG, not able to land it. There goes Microwave with the Car 98K, but Adimka landing a good shot, or a good series of shots on the Get 7. Lands himself a trade. 2 versus 3. Maintaining the man advantage here on the Axis side as Local's looking to pick up something. He's getting shot at. He's spotted out that at least 2 players are there as they push in. Tommy going good for close range, but not good for killing 2 people at the same time who are on different angles. And as it's finally going to be the defuse coming in for the Axis, that is 5-1. 3K coming out from Morphy as well. So a solid little round. But at least the Allies managed to get the bomb plant, which secures them a slightly better economy for this round.
Yeah, looking a lot much more solid so far on the Axis side of this map. You can see from 6G having a 5-1 lead early on. We've seen, of course, previously over on Coastal, it was a little bit more back and forth early on. We've seen a couple of rounds coming in for Vaevictis, and then it was kind of the end of it where they did finally step it up and I believe take 2 in a row to make it 5. There we go, Mylant actually opens this one up. A nice nade comes in. Guess 7. Nade gonna follow it up to take down Morphy. It's a 5-on-3. I was just kind of giving praise to 6G, and sadly into this round, taken down into a very difficult position early on. Helmsy remains aggressive and does actually manage to find 1 kill back. Able to fall back into safety. But a man advantage currently in play for Vaevictis, and the bomb plant likely to be found as there's no grenade to try and actually deny it. Although Microwave gonna find 1 kill back.
The nade's not able to come in now to deny that bomb plant, so it does go down. Vaevictis in a solid position, but TGB going to have a little bit of impact, or rather there's going to be some impacts on him as the bullets shred through his nice little German jacket. He's going to be eliminated and brings it down to a 3 versus 2. Helmsy and Microwave looking to retake this together. An SDG and a Tommy in play for them. Also a Gewehr as a backup on Helmsy, so he can take the longer range combats. As he makes his way in through the door, that shouldn't be necessary. He's going to be up against Local, who's got that Tommy. Nice shot landed as Alpha finishes him off. And Microwave is also going to fall to Alpha on the grease gun. 2 kills coming in there, as it is going to be 5-2. The second round finally found here by Vaevictis, who I'd say are going to be relatively happy to find just 5 rounds yet again, considering how the last Axis side went for them over on Coastal. If they can even get around that mark, they'll be happy, and then from there on, it's all just a bonus.
Let's see how this round is going to go. Can they manage to build up some momentum? Start taking some of these rounds back to back, or are they going to be a position where they manage to just get reset again instantly? They do have some tokens built up, but with already Helmsy been able to claim the head of Mylant early on, that is a man advantage going in favor of 6G. And sadly, no chance for the trade to be found either. He got aggressive up mid, just playing around that smoke, and it worked out perfectly. Right now, the pressure mostly over towards that B-bomb site. You can see Local alongside, I believe it is Alpha, trying to get something done. Sadly, it's Morphy to claim the head of Alpha to increase it even further in favor of the 6G side. CLMK able to catch 1 off guard, but sadly, the trades were once again prepared from Helmsy.
This 3 versus 2 is not looking great. Well, never mind. As Local makes his way over towards that bomb site, finds 1 with the Tommy, gets 7's in there with 1 as well. The shotty on a Dimka looking to make some close range damage happen, but it's only the head that's visible. Of course, the impenetrable bomb site being used as cover there. Now it's all onto Microwave. 1v2, 13 seconds left. That bomb has not yet been planted. And indeed, it doesn't need to be, as the kill flies in. That is it. We're talking about a scoreline of 5-3 right now. As Vaevictis claim their second consecutive round, they're feeling Very good.
Indeed they are. As we can see, it's not going to be a great buy into this round either for 6G. So a good opportunity for a fourth round to be picked up right now from Vaevictis already on this allied side. And that'll put them in a pretty good position. 5-4 early on. They'll be looking pretty good. Spam coming down mid from a Dimka, not really going to find much. So we do indeed see Vaevictis being able to cross pretty easily over towards that B side of the map. And already Alpha opens it up. Morphe's taken down. And a man advantage now for Vaevictis. They walk straight onto this B bomb site. No nades to try and delay it, of course. It was a very weak buy coming in from the Axis side. It's all up to the frags that need to be found right now for them to try and pull this one back, and it's not looking too easy.
That bomb plant should be able to go in. Only one player towards upper though. Helmsy is going to be able to drop that bomb as Local's looking towards it. Dimka's able to pick up the kill. That's good now. Down to a 3 versus 2. Great positioning coming into play for the Axis side as this 2v3 goes underway. Oh, Dimka's able to be doing a little bit of damage, but not good for the kill. So, oh, what a shot through the wall. Goodbye, Alpha, as Helmsy in a 1 versus 2 is going to be the last alive, but at least he has got a decent chance. Only a 2k to pick up to win this out. But I think it'll matter, because 5-4, we end things in that round. Vaevictis claim it and will bring us forward to a 1 step closer to an equalizer of 5-5.
Yeah, as I said, it was still a position where Vaevictis could really easily actually manage to recover it, and that's exactly what they've gone ahead and done. Another buy finally going to come out now for 6G. It's okay, they don't actually invest completely onto everyone, so it's another good opportunity for Vaevictis to pick up another round. Open kills to be found. CLMK going to trade one back, but a lot of damage has been done onto the Vaevictis players. Sadly, for the sake of 6G, they won't actually be able to capitalize on really any of it at all. Eventually, Helmsy finds one back. But again, the continuous trades back and forth, and it remains in a 2-on-2. And Helmsy, after being tagged up, realizes it's best probably not to face mid anymore, or maybe he doesn't.
Local's going to be making his way towards B with the bomb, and that's dangerous. Helmsy there with the Qualifier. He might just give Local a scare as he makes his way towards that bomb site. Will spot him out as he exits, and now the defuse possible as CLM tries to make his way in there unspotted, but he is going to be taken down at 70 HP or so. The regen comes in pretty quickly from that HP. One bullet's easy to pull out. He might be finding a whole lot more inside of him as the defuse comes in. He's got to push out TGB though. Perfect timing. Jumps across and finds the kill. 6-4. As Vaevictis, they're going to be happy with what they've got, but they're always looking for more. 5 more rounds left to play. And 6G, they're going to want 11 rounds here. I mean, look at how the previous game went when they had a 10-5 lead as they moved over to their allied side. Like we said, Dean, it's unlikely that we'll see that much of an improvement here, as it was generally just a lack of team play. But the other thing as well is that you've got this being Vaevictis' map pick. They're obviously more comfortable here than on Coastal. And so we can only imagine that their T side will be a little bit more fruitful than previously.
Yeah, again, a round where it's just continuous trades, 3v3. Not looking too bad for, I was going to say, 6G. But we do see actually Local pushing forward and finding another kill. CLMK does the same. And this is looking to be a 5th round already for the Allied side. Can I actually run this over to the A bomb site? And I don't know if Microwave is going to be aware of this. He is currently making his way towards B. Once that bomb's planted, he may have a bit of an idea. And yeah, it seems like he's definitely aware now, going to run back. But with a 1-on-3 and an STG in his hands, and how weak the economy currently is for 6G, It may be worthwhile for him to just save this, especially if he doesn't find an instant kill. But if he doesn't, it's likely he will be taken down by CLMK. Yeah, I'd say just back off at this point. I don't really know why he's hanging around.
Yeah, you're just risking giving away what you can't really afford to lose. It's not exactly the best idea, but there you have it. As that round comes to a close, 6-5 again. The Vaevictis are so close on the heels of 6G. It's not what we want to see. Because the problem is, Derailed is pretty Axis-sided. And as you come into this with a one-round disadvantage, you really want to be showing your dominance over on the Axis. And this is pretty good, though. It's pretty risky. The retake being played out on B, but there's lots of nades in play. They're looking to take out players as they push towards the side. The problem is they'll still have a retake to play with. And even with the advantages, it's not too easy to retake that B bomb site, especially with no cinema control. If you're all coming in through the Axis spawn, it can be very problematic. And as we see, Vaevictis aren't necessarily looking to take things just towards B. The bomb is dropped there, but there's still two players outside of mid. As Mylan starts to make his way down there in through connector, it will likely be a split in through B, if a B push at all, as we see them actually making their way towards the A side. Microwave up close is going to have a difficult hold. As the push comes in, he finds one onto Mylan, but Local is not far behind. Ready to take a peek. Tommy gun in hand, though, doesn't win that range battle up against the Gewehr, and so just backs off. Still, that man advantage for the Axis is going to be looking pretty solid.
Yeah, it is indeed. The bomb. It is indeed going to be planted. Nade's not going to find the kill beforehand, but we do see Morphy being able to strike and take the life of Alpha pretty quickly after the bomb is planted. But guess 7, he's doing a good job at least keeping this in an equal position. He's having himself 2 frags already, pushing in. Maybe a third to be actually put in his favor, and it is indeed. Drops Microwave. Right now, man advantage in favor of Vaevictis has actually been pulled back. Local with the trade again. And now it's all on a Dimka. 1v2, 20 seconds to try and pull it off. And he's not going to be able to find anything. It's guess 7 with 3, or rather 4 in the round. They claim a 6th for Vaevictis already on the Allied side.
Yeah, right now Vaevictis are looking very, very strong. 6G need to win out every single one of these rounds. 9-6 is a minimum. And even at that, it's below the line of a minimum, I suppose. But at least it's still an advantage as they move forward. Helmsy finds one. Morphy as well, trading at his teammate. It's caught in the open and has to retreat back. As it is going to be a 3v3, that kill coming in from Mylan is important. It equalizes it down, gives them a better chance of holding. Nade's not going to be all too fruitful. A passive hold coming through as they make their way over towards the doors. The flank is going to come in on Helmsy momentarily. It's not even the flank that matters, though, because Get 7 just runs out and finds that kill.
Yes, again, it's looking really difficult indeed. The retakes is what it seems to come down to in every round. But Adimka finds 2. Suddenly it's all left onto Mylan. Now the bomb is indeed running low on time, but he's not able to deny it. The defuse is easily going to come in for Adimka. The lead going to be reclaimed for 6G. It's a nice one indeed, but still, it's going to be difficult for them. They need to take this 9-6 half if they want to be in a position where they can really be at all happy. And I think that is going to be a tough task for them. The economy is still fairly solid for Vaevictis. Should find a pretty good buy coming into this round. And if they can manage to pull this up to 7, maybe even 8 rounds, they'll be in a prime position to likely take the series 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, Vaevictis are already looking strong. Like you said, they're likely to take this 2-0. If they can even close this to 8-7, they'll be looking great, regardless of which way that 8's going, really. Even a 1-round advantage, not that important. Once you've got this many rounds on the allied side, you're going to feel so confident. The only thing is, they run a risk of being overconfident as they move over to the Axis side. You don't want to get too aggressive. As CLM finds himself 1 kill, Dimka's looking to trade that back. CL playing very passively as they make their way towards the bomb site. We see no smokes in play, so they have to go for this raw. And that makes a little bit of a problematic take for them. Well, if they hadn't dropped it, Dimka, there goes the nade. It only takes down Local, who I thought was behind the wall and safe, but evidently he was not. The nade lands a little bit too much to the left. Good nade usage here from the Axis. They're still in the retake. It's a 3v3 retake as they begin to push in for that. They've got to be careful because up nice and close is going to be CLM, finding himself 1 kill. As TGB attempts to re-aggress, trade out his teammate. It's a little bit too late. He's in a 1 versus 3 at this point. Spots out the bomb planter, trying to make his way off the site, but he makes his way into winning the round with a 7-7 scoreline. Vaevictis is apparently a synonym of dominance as they come in here and prove us wrong as we come into this saying that 6G are looking strong. They into the best of 3, of course, saying that they're probably favorites. That's evidently not the case from what we've seen so far. Certainly a lot left to be desired.
Yeah, this is definitely not the Axis side they required. As we said, coming into this one after what we witnessed on Coastal, they needed a very solid allied side here on this map, and that's it's just not really possible anymore. If they can find 8, that's the best they can do. I don't know if that'll be enough once they swap over to the allied side themselves. As we said, coming in, it's just mostly a mix. It's going to be a real struggle for them because they don't have that chemistry together. They don't quite have the teamwork that Vaevictis do. As it's a 2-on-4 for Local and Guest 7 to try and pull this round back, and they may be given a bit of an opportunity. Local did indeed spot the player up on top of the tank. Sadly not able to connect the shots, and right now they're kind of just trapped in towards connector.
This round likely to go the way of 6G, but even still, it's not going to matter all too much. 8-7 will still be a good score line for Vaevictis, regardless of how that 8 swings. But let's see what TGB can do. Pushing up here with the Tommy, he's going to be able to find 1. The bomb planter, last alive, is an easy kill to pick up, and that is it. 8-7.5. The Axis side of 6G only 1 round ahead as we conclude the action for this half.
Yeah, but as I said, even with the 1 round advantage going into their allied side, this is going to be a real struggle for 6G. We've seen specifically on the Axis side, that's where Vaevictis have shown true, and they come in with an even stronger allied side here than they did manage to on Coastal. So I think right now they're in a prime position to perhaps take the series 2-0. But I hope 6G can maybe prove me wrong. I want to see a close game, maybe 3 maps, it'd be nice. Bring some more entertainment, of course. But there we go, Local opens to the ball ready with a grenade. Takes down TGB, but Helmsy, he trades it back. 4-on-4 immediately. No one has even spotted each other as of yet, and it's a very quick B play that's going to come in. And sadly, Local not going to be able to hold it down at all. They immediately drop.
The opening round not going too well for Vaevictis, so the 2-man disadvantage with the bomb down on site. A popcorn rifle on Alpha while Mylant is sitting with the Gewehr. It's going to be a difficult retake, to be sure. That looked really, really weird when it swapped over to microwave. That skin is mesmerizing. As Mylant is going to be dropped, it's all onto Alpha. And that's the end of that. 9-7. A 2-round gap now sits between Vaevictis and 6G as they open up well with the first round. But still a long road ahead of them. As the Axis now going to be on those popcorn rifles. We've got a nade and 2 smokes coming in. They're relying heavily on this nade, finding itself some damage. Mylant deploying it towards mid, a little bit delayed. That might catch them off. Indeed it does. Microwave is going to be dropped. That's a good opening kill. The 2 token investment paying off, but they have very little invested on the rest of their players. As Mylant is spotted out, he tries to make his way safely out of mid, and indeed he does. And as Mylant drops Helmsy, things are looking good, but then TGB comes in. 1 nice kill. Adimka as well with 1. Low HP on CLM as he gets peeked out. Even his toes will be enough to take him down, and that's exactly what TGB does. He cuts those ankles off. However, he's going to be last alive. 1 versus 2 as he makes his way towards the middle area, it seems, where the flank is actually coming in. Gets Evan in danger of being isolated down to a 1v1.
Oh, TGB. Yeah, shot in the back, so he's going to get taken down. So it's a an 8-9 scoreline now. Vaevictis getting themselves around onto the board on the Axis side. But there is actually a pretty decent economy available for 6G, surprisingly. 3 of their players actually have 4 tokens. Getting 1 Thompson in. Helmsy yet to decide what he wants to purchase up. He actually goes for the M1 Garand. So, yeah, it's a pretty solid buy coming in for the Allied side. But there's no nade, sadly, to try and open it up. Well, of course, Vaevictis have 3. And one of those will actually be successful already. Takes down TGB.
That's a pretty convincing round if ever I've seen one for Vaevictis. They're in a 4 versus 2 Microwave and Adimka. Although Adimka manages to find 1, he's got a whole lot more to find as he peeks out. Bit of team damage coming in there. CLM's going to be pretty low as the repeat comes out. It's going to be Microwave trying to help out. He's not going to be able to land anything as CLM finds himself a double.
Nine. With the scoreline once again being equalized, it's looking difficult for 6G. We've seen this on the previous map, and at that point they had a lot more rounds on the Allied side. I think it was only equalized once it came to 12-12, if I remember correctly. So it's a very long road ahead right now for 6G to try and keep themselves in this game. And once again, the nade opens it up. How many times have we seen that now? Mylant able to take down Adimka early on. One of the more important players for the 6G side, but he has actually been struggling so far in this game, sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard at 8-13. It's Helmsy really that's having a pretty solid performance. He's up at 20 frags, topping the entire server. And continues to frag as well, takes down local. 4-on-4 as the bomb is going to be planted. And this is a decent position now for 6G to try and reach double digits.
Oh, nice kill there from CLM. As he's looking to extend it further, he spots out TGB over towards the house. Is low HP, not able to connect the bullet, but as he jumps around, surely that's going to be it. The spams go down and the RNG eventually pays off. Morphe and Microwave towards Cinema. The smoke goes down, and so too does the defuse. They're going to try to peek out and stop it. Microwave does, but still time for the defuse to come in as he's pushed down. That's it. 10-9. Vaevictis on double digits here on the Axis side. 6G are hot on their heels, just 1 round behind, but still a large enough gap that I think we're going to have to favor Vaevictis. Not even the gap, just how close to victory the scorelines are and the advantage the Axis currently sit on. It's pretty convincing, especially now if they win this round, the economy is gone for the Allies. They've invested everything. This is one final hurrah. We will still be able to get 1 or 2 decent buys after, but this will propel the Vaevictis into the lead if they pick this round up. Both teams in danger of shattering their economy.
Let's see what the plan is right now for 6G. They do have the scope out into the hands of Helmsy, and as we mentioned, he's been the player that has really been stepping it up so far for them. Oh, that nade. They do manage to escape, so it's okay. Plenty of time, luckily enough, to fall back. Alpha taking a bit of damage, spots out one player on second mid as he retreats back to the bomb site. Able to get himself a bit of info, but as we can see right now, the main focus for that Allied side is looking to perhaps be over towards this A bomb site. Trying to get the map to come up. There we go. Finally, it came up. As Alpha is going to have to try and hold this down against two players over towards Long. And he actually is going to be successful. It swapped over to Myland as well. As you can see, he was able to claim a quick kill in towards Connector. Microwave also going to be dropped. And yeah, this is not looking good right now for 6G at all on this Allied side. Just getting picked off one by one.
Yeah, that's a very quick round. One by one they fall, and one by one the rounds start to slip out of their grasp. As Vaevictis find themselves 11-9 up. Now it's a very poor buy on the Allied side. They'll be able to get their Tommies, but they're preferencing their nades instead. At least Helmsy is. As we see one Tommy come out, everybody else taking the utility in its place. TGB with a smoke, presumably for early mid. He's still holding on to that. Or so the UI tells me. Indeed, he is still holding on to it. Bringing things towards the B bomb site where smokes have already gone down. They're going to be looking for the Axis, of course, as they're looking to find some picks. Those smokes are certainly going to slow them down. Alpha gets aggressive on A, finds one kill. As Adimka starts to maneuver his way towards Tank Myland. He's going to be looking to take him down. He's in a good position to catch him off guard, perhaps. But Microwave is the one catching the Axis off guard, finding a kill on the local before Myland can eventually take Adimka down in middle. It's a 4 versus 3 man advantage to the Axis. Gets Sevens in a dangerous position, and it gets even more dangerous as bullets begin flying towards him and ultimately take him down. Into the 3 versus 3, the B bomb site under control. CLM has to be worried about multiple angles as he pushes out here. This is ballsy. He's just standing in the open. They know that mid is compromised, that Morphe can be there. As Morphe peeks out, he's going to spot CLM on the stairs. Somehow CLM's still alive and eventually gets wall banged to death. This is back and forth here. The trades coming in are certainly going to favor the Allies. Well, they probably would if Myland wasn't right up behind them, and they probably don't expect him to be there. Alpha looking in through the smoke to find a kill as the bomb plant is going to be tampered with. Myland spots that nobody is actually planting it, and now they know where the last player is. It's TGB, low HP, and Alpha to find the third kill for the round, 12-9. As the lead extends even further in Vaevictis' favor, the Allies going to have a similar buy for most rounds now until they can finally pick up a win. Or indeed go for an eco, but it's unlikely to go for an eco this late on into the game. You don't want Vaevictis to have any further of a lead than they currently do.
This is very worrying right now for 6G. Plenty of nades at least going to be purchased up into this round. So far, no frags to be found with them. A little bit of damage put in onto CLMK. Myland almost getting counter spam through that mid smoke right there. That could have been dangerous, but as of yet, no kills to be found. Still a 5-on-5. Looks to be a pretty quick play coming in towards that B bomb site. Actually, Helmsy going to find the aggression of Alpha, who pushed up over towards A, and Morphe as well strikes for CLMK. Wasn't meant to rhyme, but it did. And now it's a 5-on-3, looking pretty good for 6G. Perhaps a chance to try and bring this back to 10 rounds and slowly but surely begin to kind of narrow this gap of rounds. It's still going to be difficult for them to try and hold this B bomb site, especially as Myland finds one quick kill on towards TGB.
With Myland falling, this round's really looking up now. Only local and get 7 to hold down. These players are certainly not ones to be messed with, but so far in this map, their impact hasn't been huge. Not to the extent of the previous. This get 7's going to be the final player alive. He's looking for more, but 3 kills moving on to just one side is a little bit much to ask as Morphe takes him down. That's 12-10. 4 rounds remain for Vaevictis to claim this map, but it's still very possible for 6G to come back into it. I personally Gotta believe in the Vaevictis side. I think they've got this. 4 rounds is not a lot to ask, but they're on the Gewehr buy now. And that's certainly not going to help their case. As they make their way towards early round, nades come in, but don't find kills. 6G starting to maneuver towards that B bomb site. Local to find an opening, wall bang with the Gewehr onto the head of Morphe, but it's traded back as CLM is taken down. Mylant has managed to sneak his way towards Tank. He's not being watched. The gun view model gets in his way. Microwave, low HP, is going to be pistol to finish him off, but it's still going to be a 3v2. If another pick can come in, which indeed it does, Adimka manages to find it now. It's going to be evens, 2v2. The Allied side have got time to play with 1 minute left on the clock. Bomb under their control. Kill comes in for TGB as Get7 again is going to be left to clutch it out. The only thing going for him here is that he's in a 1v2 this time, as the bomb plant is still to go down as well. He can isolate that into a 1v1 as he goes for it. The bomb is actually under his control, as we can see. He's managed to drop that. He's being checked, though. Misses his shots, and that's going to be a fatal mistake. Finds one, but no more. And that could have been the round for him, but sadly, not able to do it.
Okay, 11-12. Do you believe in 6G being able to pull this back here on the Allied side? Are you confident, Mitch?
I don't know. I mean, you saw what they did there on an eco buy. Just the Gewehrs from the Axis, they managed to find themselves in a 1v1 to finish it off. Just one player alive on the Allied side as the round ended. So right now they're on the same buy again. That'll bring it. Let's say they lose all these ecos. That's 12-12, 13-12. They go for another one, but then they can get a decent enough buy, provided they sacrifice all their utility in the next round. At that point, I think it's very possible that Vaevictis will shut it down and claim consistent rounds as we've seen them do so far. So I gotta say I'm siding with Vaevictis here. They have that 1 round advantage. Of course, then they have the ability to win these Gewehr buys as well, which Get7's already making a good start of as he eventually gets dropped, though. The push to come in over the smoke is going to be local, not landing a kill, sadly. This makes things a little bit complicated. He's got to push through this all by himself, trying to deny the bomb plant. Nade comes in. Low HP, didn't need to push through, though. The nade was doing the bomb denial. That's sad now. We're in a 1v2 yet again. Alpha creeping in through the smoke. Finds one. Looking for a second. There it is. The eco round is picked up. Alpha clutching out the 1v2 and claiming a 3k in the round. 13-11, and that's why I believe in Vaevictis, Dean.
Yeah, that's a round that 6G really couldn't lose. They needed that one to have any form of a chance to pull this back, and even then it still would have been difficult. But instead, Vaevictis increased the lead even further, 13-11, 3 rounds away from taking victory. Of course, they claimed the first map 16-14 after being down 10-5 at half-time. And once again, it's the Axis side that they are beginning to shine on. This is where they really begin to get rolling, and they kind of just begin to lock 6G out. Sure, they picked up a couple of rounds just a moment ago. So it seems like, once again, Vaevictis are back in control after taking the victory there in that eco round. Alpha stepping it up when needed. And look at this, Myland going to push straight up through mid. He's not going to expect the player up close. And just basically gifts a free frag to Helmsy. Although Get7 aggressing on B, at least does return it.
The push hasn't really come down on A all too frequently. I think that might be a little bit of a misplay as we come into the round. Because the aggression's generally been a thing from the Axis there. As they find one, they get the information early. And the rotation's going to be capable to make their way over towards the A side and the Axis side.
In 11. No more room for error now for the 6G side. They need to play perfection from this point forward if they want to try and take it in regulation. Otherwise, the best they can do is overtime, and even then, that's not looking too likely. Slow down a little bit on that cross as well over towards B. The Ned's not quite finding any frags, but Local, he goes ahead and starts it off. Takes down a Dimke. Murphy will run return, but gets 7 up close on the Thompson, and with the assistance from his teammate, is able to remain alive and put this round heavily in favor of Vaevictis with a 4v2 all on to TGB and Microwave right now to try and stop Sirius and map point, of course, from going in favor of Vaevictis.
That's a lot of work to be done right now from the Allies, and with the bomb down over towards the house, it's very unlikely that they'll actually be able to connect this, especially with only the carbines in play as they begin to push out towards the site. The view model gets in the way there. Microwave taken down. The trade comes in from TGB, but he's going to need to do a lot more than just trade with 3 kills left to find. As he pushes out here, this should be the end of him. Gets 7 up close, Tommy gun in hand. And although he checks the angle, he's not quite able to connect the kill. That Tommy just shreds at close range. 15 to 11. Dean, you still believing in 6G?
No.
Nice blunt answer. Yeah, it's very unlikely right now. Allied side 4 consecutive rounds from a team that hasn't really been shining through on that Allied side at all so far in this qualifier. A repeat of what we saw over in Coastal, indeed what we predicted to see. Though the scoreline is close. They've only found 2 rounds so far on the Allied side.
Yeah, 4 on 5. They need this round, of course. Otherwise, Vaevictis are going to go ahead and close this one out. Alpha pinned him behind the tank at the moment. 2 players up close that he wasn't quite expecting. And that does give a bit of an opportunity. Microwave able to return 1. So now a 4 on 4. And as we can see, they are just going to walk this straight towards the A bomb site. But Myland, he's ready for a nice position to cut Murphy off. CLMK finds the frag onto a Dimke. And now it's TGB and Microwave that remain in a 2v4 to keep their team alive.
Yeah, again, they're looking for this clutch. And again, it's unlikely they'll find it. This time, at least, they've got the bomb, but as they make their way towards the site, Get 7's going to be coming around, looking for the fight. Microwave does take down CLM, leaving it into a 3 versus 2. Yeah, it's still possible for them to pick this up, but as they go for the bomb plant, time is ticking down. Bomb still to be planted. 16 seconds on the clock. They're being closed in on angle, multiple angles being watched. 11 seconds. Time ticking away bit by bit. The chances slip away from them as the round finishes. That is going to be the final score, 16 to 11, and a 2-0 victory for Vaevictis here on Derailed. That is going to be it for the best of 3, of course, and that is going to be it for the side of 6G. They're going to be going home. Well, they're already at home, but they're going to be staying there. And they won't be coming to Amsterdam, at least not with the in the place that's available here for their part of the bracket, the playoff position.